In this season, I'll be discussing a subject that we all need to know, that each of us need to experience. It is something that will change our past and redirect our future. It is something that will ease the pain of broken hearts and shattered dreams and give us the peace that we need for our souls. It is something that will give us confidence that we are of value, that we matter, and that we are accepted by the one who matters most. We'll be looking at the subject matter, loving God. Some questions come to mind with this subject. How many of you? What does it mean to love God? What does it mean for God to love us? The kind of love God has towards us is called agape. John 13:34, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Verse 35 of that same verse says, or that same chapter says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. The love that God has for us is not dependent on anything we do or will do. Romans chapter 5 verse 8 makes us to know, but God commended his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. God expects us to grow in this order of unconditional love towards him also. How do we grow in our love towards God? The first on my list is choosing his specific commandment to us over and over again. John chapter 14 verse 15 says, if ye love me, keep my commandments. What are those instructions that God has given to you as a person? He expects you to keep them. If you as a dad giving a commandment in your home that you want your home to be clean, everything to be arranged, and if your family keeps to these codes, that shows that they love you. The same way, if we love God, we should keep his commandments. Number 2 on my list is following his ways of doing things against other ways. Isaiah 55 verse 8 says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith God. When you follow the pattern and the ways God do things, it shows that you love him. Another key point that comes to mind at this point is alignment to existing inconvenience above comfort to express your love for God. Revelation chapter 12 verse 11b says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Another key point that comes on board at this point that shows or is a pointer on how we can love God is continuously finding him. Jeremiah 29:13 says, "And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all of your heart." Another key point pointer that we love God, or another way we can love God, is continuously checking up with our actions and decisions if they line up with the Word of God. 1 John chapter 2, 15 to 17 brings emphasis to this point. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but it is of the world." Verse 17 says, "And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever." What are the benefits, advantages of loving God? As I round up this discourse, the first on my list is, when others have been wiped away, you will still be around. When you love God, you will still be around. No matter the storm, the wind, you will still be around. 1 John chapter 2 verse 17 makes us to know, "And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever." Another key benefit of loving God is that God gives you a unique position nobody can fit into. Matthew 19 verse 28 makes us to know, "And Jesus was saying to his disciples, when some of them were saddened at some of the statements that Jesus made. And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, he shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." In Philippians chapter 2 verse 9, the scriptures make us to know, "Wherefore God also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name." When you love God, it gives you a unique position in your career, in your family, in wherever he has located you. It gives you a position. Number 3, and the final point or benefit of loving God, is that it gives you 100-fold of whatever you lose in the process of expressing your love to him. Matthew 19:29 makes us to know, "And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mothers, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life." So when you come to a point in following Jesus Christ, and you might need to part ways because you love Jesus, please do, because there is a grave benefit attached to such an action. Choose Jesus over and over again, because he has your back covered. God bless you. Feel good.